The program still work out. They go the program Good Morning from Benin, and they reach you from independent television for here. Anyway, we see they watch us around the world. We did with two of our friends. We go bring them come for one simple reason. I just say governor talk your time where we say no say this is next government. Say now youth them now we say you want make it be the day inside the youth. So we go call people they want to see their head sharp for youth matter. May they talk to us about this whole thing. Ekundayo Ukpan, welcome to our program.
Thank you, sir.
Greet you.
Thank you.
Yeah, we get our friend and brother here, Fares Okpere. Welcome to our program.
Thank you.
You still give an ear make it. They say that's what they do and that's the BC say coronavirus.
No more shaking. No more shaking.
And you know, before we go even start, because you don't stay for this country, before don't go outside the country and the rest. America now and then the BC they do their election. Yes. Different things can happen. Donald Trump say you no go agree on. What would they hear for here? No go agree on. No go agree on. Now they hear for that side now. If you just tell us the difference, because with the here, say college vote day, electoral college vote day, and popular vote. Before we go talk about main matter, what is the difference between popular vote and electoral vote?
Okay, the popular vote now the amount of people may vote for the election. Okay. While the college vote now depend on state. The state get population, now they determine the amount of electoral votes they will give that state. So that's why a state like New York now we get many population. That's why the electoral vote for New York is high way. Any candidate may win something like a state like New York, your something the electoral vote will yours go up. But in the case of say
what of state like Pennsylvania?
Pennsylvania, as they go now, Biden don't win the state already. So that kind of states now, it's not 20 electoral vote, not that state. And that one I really can't move Biden to the 270 something we need to take 273 we need to take win the election. So as last time in that stage now, according to the question for the they don't declare the winner. So
the governor talk and now say as it will be this new term when we say the council will make sure say the bulk of his administration, so now youth now go form the bulk of in government and all of that. What we can look the kind of things when they happen for our state, especially for just Edo State here, we say over 11 people die for court-related activities. How would they talk now? That they happen now for Upper Sokomba Road and that kind of thing. Now this kind of youth, now government want to put to make their work. May I start from your Okpere?
Well, it's unfortunate what thing they happen, but. The state governments also gets a very big role to play, and I believe the governor they play, and because if you look the budgets for 2021, for the first time, the state government allocated about 8.something% for
security,
for not security, for empowerment of people and job creation. So, which is something when they very.
So because they don't get work, I mean they do what they do.
When they very, no, they come there, you know. So. You know, but not only who ready to work, now government go give the enable environment to work. Those when want create trouble when they're ready to work, because not everybody ready to work. We just state population of 4.something million or thereabouts, and everybody, not everybody want work, but they got millions of people who say they're ready to key into government programs to get work and contribute to the society. But elders, they won't be say, no matter if you carry the job, come for their house, they're not going to still take them. They're not going to still want to do anything. They prefer
so in this life case, of crime. In this case now, what do you feel say be the way out of this kind of thing when we say, now this kind of youth, now government what can you still work?
We don't feel classify every because of the few youths when they misbehave to use and generalize the whole youth. I talk and say there are millions of youths for the state when we say they're ready to give their best to the state in terms of service, in terms of work, in terms of everything. Look, the state, this thing we want to do next month now, the sports festival. Now, youth, young people now come out, want to represent the state, want to give glory to the state, want to win medal for the state. So people, when we say they also want to bring out themselves, work, they want to give service. Not people, they control traffic on road. Not people, so people are willing to work once the opportunity is there. So we cannot use those few ones when we say they say now only courtesan and those kind of things. Now be the only work when they do, because some of them they benefit from those crimes and everything when they do. So then they benefit from and they feel say not only there the only way they feel to get something. Don't listen to some youth sometimes when they tell you say they don't feel work for they don't feel they do salary work of 50,000 a month.
Okay. My brother Ekundayo Ukpan, if I ask you now as a youth. Government say come work with me. Maybe they for my cabinet, or maybe you did for one elective office, maybe House of Assembly, or maybe the National Assembly or anywhere when we say you dey. As a youth, what would be the first thing when we say go first come your mind to make your address?
Okay, the issue of this court is matter may they go on now for Edo State. We're not going to just put on saying government now the
government hand it day.
Na government hand it day. Because our mama, our religion fathers, everybody, our community, we need to start to pay more attention to the way our children they grow.
Okay.
And if any youth get the opportunity, say tomorrow night, consider into that cabinet, say once they work with our amiable governor. You know, the things we will still do be say we need to make sure say man, we they bring the message to our community say man. Time don't reach be saying man, we youth need to start to restructure ourselves, more they present ourselves properly for outside. So that made our fathers may they see us as the leaders of tomorrow. May they really see us say, okay, all these people really feel lead us tomorrow if we don't still hold. Not be saying man, we may be youth if during the election now we they carry gun, now we won't go snatch Bibles, ballot box, now we they kill ourselves for street. That kind of message, if they send one message, say man, we youth will never mentally ready say we won't come outside, can't really stand, say we won't focus on the future and how we fit make the future day better for us.
Okay.
Understand? So if as a youth, my message to my fellow youth out there say we need to start to see life differently. Say man, this won't be the time for us to continue to follow one old mentality of say you do me something, I not do something. We should start thinking about how they make sure say our children future. Maybe we won't break on this life. How will fit make them day better past the one may we live?
The question I ask you never answer me. I say if you now, okay, they make you as a member of House of Assembly, make you they represent one area like that. What it will be the first thing when you go do to make sure say yes, say the youth they not going to disappoint people the way we say you put them for that place, because the truth be say we don't see so many things, even up to a governor. We not call a name when we say it's be one of the youngest governors for this our country. People surprise for the catches when we say they can't do. So what will be the first when somebody like you go like to address and say yes, say I've been given this position, I voted into this position, but that kind of thing, this is what I'm going to tackle first.
Yes, we're going to start with trying like skill acquisition centers.
Okay.
To make sure say our youth get opportunity to see they go come out for house every day.
Okay.
Get some kind of business seminars
right.
and ideas when they go feel they involve in set up some things maybe say at least if you train somebody for something, say you train out for computer now you feel find way say you make sure say when that person come out for there, he go still get more money, may go start to invest on that kind of line when still study. Okay. Understand? And I would turn all meetings to they call our youth together to make sure they follow they talk every time, and we'll get educational seminars. When we say people will come, they go lecture the youth. Say this is what we're supposed to do for our community. Understand? Behavior that they teach them. Let me see. If you grow, you get where you go reach, and you come they impart them with different ways of thinking. So if you get those kind of seminars, when we go be saying every now once or twice a month. Person will just come, we just cut town meeting. As a member, you present that constituency. You still come and say you did. They won't go miss him. If you know say person like you may represent them, did that place, they go come. They won't see you and they go use that opportunity. They see come learn or see listen to things. We be saying go face shape their way of thinking. Okay,
may I come to you? You see, the governor come now. They bring youth, make them members of the cabinet. We can say the joke just now for our side, and we know say. Cut groups when they for us and different types now they different how they call it say you get what you want because say different color now they be now the governor say come and work with me different colors they come decide they work with the governor so it could happen for our side. Don't forget that policeman when we say now guard to one local government chairman for Pobawaka when they come some cultists come attack her they kill him. Commissioner of Police when he come at that time, he come and say that guy was a cultist and a police. People dey for side government and they can't be cultists and that kind of thing. You feel say that ESCO go fit to work. When he be say yes, we know say you be this color, the other one, the other color, the other one, the other color, the other color. That kind of thing fit to work. Now I ask you.
Well, the duty of the governor to make sure say he do proper security check
on those kind of
the individuals when in one appoint to in cabinet. Okay. Now it's sole responsibility to be that one to make sure say he check their history, not just their financial history or all this to check their history with from when they do schools and the roles when they play, if they do any court or those kind of things, to make sure say input people who feel lead by example, because normally leadership now first of all, good leadership is supposed to start with good example. So you must lead from the front when people see you. You won't be courteous. You're not supposed to be anywhere around government circle, whether all those youth courts or all those advanced kind of courts or whatever it be. You understand? Because you be somebody when they call to leadership, and you must be somebody when they clean enough to fit stand and take oaths to say you will defend the unity and the people. So if you can't do some kind of secret organization, somebody say they create chaos inside town, and you don't take oath to serve the state, to serve the country.
You could get divided loyalty.
You could get divided loyalty. So now the duty of the state government, and particularly the state governor, to make sure say those people when he want appoint to in government, you must check their history, check them well, and make sure say that people know they.
Yeah, massive contributor to my brother just talked. Okay. If you see the last election when they just do for Edo State, the people vote. You know, there was one slogan that was going on. It said, "Say no to Agberuism." So if for that thing you go see say people can't really go now, they can't go vote our people governor. So that means the people don't know say man. Even if say the governor won't carry youth join body to work, the people don't use that message to send to the governor say this people mean you want to work, so they not feed the people maybe say they'll come they beat us for street tomorrow, or they'll come they follow us, they fight for street tomorrow, or they go join any secret court, or they go join any kind of organization, maybe say they go destroy the peacefulness of Edo State. Understand? So people don't go vote, and they don't already make our governor understand say we need people, even our youth, but people maybe say they're ready to govern and to treat people nice and to treat people with respect for our community.
But one thing what we say with the youth these days, how many of them really want to get that patience to take work? When they say the first time they talk now, I want hammer, I don't hammer. I see Fares just I see the way they dress now, I see the kind of big camera they use, so to speak. Yeah, you never know Fares beginning, but you only say you say he want hammer. I see a Kundaya or Power now, see he dress well, he wear white shirt, he wear say no day, he no get stain. He don't know where he be say a Kundaya don't work rich. If I come be say where he say want to hammer and the rest of the this era of I want to hammer and the rest. You should say yes, if we carry our youth reach where be say supposed to be day. Because my question that be say you take just now.
Yes, see that question you ask when you know say you will not feel they classify all the youth with what some people did, some of our youth they do. Because for this Edo State, even when they finish this NSAS protest, now youth come outside still clean the street of Benin. Okay. Most streets of Benin youth still do. Understand? So we know there are youth maybe some understand say we suppose key into the government and now that place will make changes when we say we need for inside this Edo State. Okay. So we not fit to say because some people they think say they want armor overnight and they don't want to work hard. They don't say my life now step by step. So we continue to classify other youth to be ready to follow the principle of life. They go wake up in the morning, they go think on the positive things they won't do. You understand? But at the same time, all those youth maybe say they think irrational sometimes. Now still we as youth maybe the community. That's our obligation to find a way more fit to see the pass that message the same man. Yes, this life, the future is
always pass, so now that
the ones me still won't listen because many day me will won't listen. They just need people like me and my brother now. Imagine say me once in a while and I will still go out community, make them understand say me these things when they do say no work like this. See how we fit it down. Me not say you, me I'm 31 years old boy. Understand? If me fit they sit down they think of how I fit to take up my family, you supposed to get that kind of mentality too. Our bro see how we fit sit down.
Okay, you know what today your side will be say you talk now because if you look at me as a human being, or you both say we get that thing for our body say we must do bad. Yes. You don't understand? Everybody want cheap thing. Everybody like what everybody call freebies. Nobody want work free thing. We say all of us want. I want to ask you, my brother Fares. You see as we look for all these free things so you go make us also say say waiting person up for one more go carry out, say we no go sweat. You know if you say yes say a situation supposed to be when they say the constitutional authority supposed to put these people in check. You know, because they don't put these children in check, that means that they get this kind of mind to do what they want to do.
Yes, I agree with you to a large extent. But, you know, this issue of now societal problem, a systemic problem we'll get for our society. This get rich quick syndrome, as they call them. You know, people don't want work, but they want chop. They want get money overnight. You know, now over the years, now systemic problem. It not be like that for Nigeria before, but a lot of things going to change gradually.
People they check
people
them.
People going to change. Our general lifestyle, our music, our educational system, our religious organizations,
our hospital system.
Now the failure of all these organizations now it can make people kind of generate that attitude. Because if you look, sorry to say, I don't want to mention names, but for so many religious organizations, whether for the Christians or the Muslim side, they don't emphasize again good behaviors and all these things.
They talk about life after here.
Most times they emphasize on
prosperity,
on you get money, even though somebody know they work. Tomorrow you see miracle alert, all these kind of things. Those kind of things, if they prompt people to think, say, free money, they somewhere without work.
Okay.
But if you go to some other societies, you see that they emphasize on work. You work and you become something. Even for America, you work and you get something. So now they get reward system for work. But here we don't they promote that reward system for work. You believe say if you just go just see money peak for ground.
When we say not true,
yes. So you see, also if you look also our kind of music for the country, you see so many of them they promote all this kind of free money syndrome. You know, a hammer, I do this, I do that, I do this, and then fraud and all this kind of things. So the thing is systemic problem. When we say if we want to address them, we get to look back at our education system, not just the main education system, but also the alternative education system, which is those education when your churches they provide you. Yes, when your churches they provide you, when your religion they provide you, when your traditional institution they provide you. Because one of the biggest form of education, then before we get the mainstream education, now the traditional institutions, now they provide education, they provide information education. Then back then, if you look back then, now they be the source of everything, source of traditional medicine, everything. So that they provide that education. And then they feel guide people. Your money feel lost. Your something feel lost. Nobody go pick them. Back then, people they leave their houses. Don't they put doors? Don't they lock doors? If you go to some areas for Benin now, if you go some area, no fence. You see the whole area. Nobody get fence for a house.
No, the old area.
Yes, I'm telling you now. But what
the old area? Maybe like the Biwe, Lagos Street, and the rest.
What I think they mean, we say. Back then, people know they fence their houses, don't they fence their property. Not because they don't get money, they fence it because they won't get big men now. We still get big men then. Even though now mud house that they build, then they still have people. Then that time say there's
the modern technology be that one. Mud house that time.
So that time because they live relatively safe, everybody they safe. People know they want to take another person something. Nobody want to take another person. Everybody they go farm, go work for your own thing. But now things don't change. So we get to also change our education system to meet up with this trend.
The blessing, they like to add John your own. You know they add John your own.
I won't butcher it in talk just now. Understand? Yes, education system my brother emphasized on makes a lot of sense, and that now a stepping stone to shaping the mind of our youth as they grow. But at the same time, we need to still understand, say, the balance of wealth for each state and Nigeria as a whole. And the oppression make a lot of people may not really get this money. Come make they think, say, how will fit still join find a way we say continue to make money. Many people not come the oppressors, because if our government ever since that time, we say back years, like decades ago, say they balance wealth for this country. Say some people not to get past some way, some people just not get at all. Maybe by now we're not going to discuss this kind of issue.
Because when they grow up the corner, you get top class, get middle class, and you get the low class. But
no middle class at all. But so it always be for every society. No society when you get 100% everybody they rich or
not the top. So you must for Nigeria here now. For Nigeria here, there's no middle class anymore. It's that you get or you not get.
Yes, but we're not for generalize and also be for all society, because for other society they get the wealthy, they get the middle class, and they get the low class. They get the low class. But for Nigeria, either you are rich or you are poor.
So before I go let you go, time not be our friend again, because we get some other things and we say we want to do. Now, what do you feel? Say we go fit do to make Edo State a better place using the youth?
Thank you so much for that question. You know, say youth, we dey very vital when it comes to any society. And at the same time, now we be the engine room, the pushing force of society. Understand? So I think, say, as our government don't talk, say it won't involve youth. Right. I definitely think, say, once instantly they implement that a plan, so we will begin to see difference in the lives of our youth, because youth sometimes we feel comfortable enough to feel relate our issues with our own peer group. Yeah. So I think, say, that plan when our government don't say won't start, so if we continue and we youth will give ourselves time, may our governor must come together and more work with this governor. Understand? More for 50 they bring message, they come our community, come they tell us, say how they go. They will 50 they address the youth, and the youth will 50 come they join us. They do things what they're supposed to do for our community. More involve youth more into our workforce, because I know say that population, the youth population, is very much neglected now. Understand? Because many youth not get what they do for house. Okay, I want me to take an off from there. Now, the same question we say I asked, now we say I ask you, because we round up now.
Well, I think we'll get to work on our orientation as young people, because if you look the population of Nigeria, we get about 200 million people, and of which over 40% are youths, which means we get
at least about 60%.
60%. Yes, you know, so we get large army of young people. And if you see some of these recent protests when it happened, so it shows say Nigeria sit down for keg of gunpowder, you know, because we get so many young people, we get energy, we will never fit concentrate energy into providing manpower go fit drive the country into the 21st century country. Because if you look for all the countries for the world, when get this population will get, so not only us never fit use that population to maximize the potential of our people. They drive change and, you know, bring prosperity. Because if you carry 200 million people enter farm, for example, you know what you could bring come out. You know, so we get the people. We just need that leadership to fit work on the orientation of the people and fit bring change. Because if you look, so sometimes, me, I take myself as an example. Young man, when I be entrepreneur, sometimes when I work for my workshop, when people pass, young people will tell, hey, guy, you by yourself? You know those kind of things. They feel say you're not supposed to work, because they feel say maybe you get big car or you get your own house or you get something. You by yourself. So when they see young people, they ask those kind of questions. You by yourself? Or this, it surprised me, because nobody there above work. Nobody there above work. So if all of us develop that work culture, we develop that culture, say, okay, we must all contribute to society by one way or the other, by doing something. So then we'll make progress.
Positive thing.
Then yes, positive thing. And I talk of this thing. You know, all of us contribute positively by working, by doing something. We know, so okay, we must do something. We must keep moving. We must keep moving at all. You know, because the one popular American president then say, if they go through hell, keep going. That's the only way to work up pass them. If you stand, say they say hellfire, you stand, say okay,
you get burned.
You go burn there, you go die. But if you keep going, you go pass them. Now the stage one will do. So we need to keep working, to keep doing things to change our society.
All right, if I let you talk here today, we know come on. Thank you so much. Thank you come. Akunda, thank you so much. We trust the next time we'll call you, go show your face here again. We'll take small break now. We'll come back. Never go anywhere. Name of the program. Good morning from Benin. The Reach for Independent Television, and many things. Then they will be so good to talk. Stay with us.